Hello and welcome to another Skaredcast Battle Report. Today, the Astra Militarum and the Drukhari face off in this World Championships of Warhammer practice game. Let's dive in.
The Dark King.
Hello and welcome to another Skaredcast Battle Report. Today we're playing on Games Workshop table layout number 1. We're playing Mission A, Taken Hold. I'm playing against Astra Militarum, competitive Warhammer game against my Drukhari Real Space Raid list. I'm practicing for the WCW, although this video might come out just after. We'll see. If so, just let me know how I did in the comments down below. But looking forward to practicing. We're playing on GW table with relative GW terrain. Let's dive into the lists and what we've brought to the battle. And here we have my WCW list for today's battle report. 2,000 points. We have the Archon, Uri and Rakarth. Lilith has Sprax. My Archon does have the enhancement Labyrinthine Cunning, and he's my Warlord. 2 units of 3 Grotesques, 2 units of Mandrakes, 2 single Chronos, a big unit of 10 Cavalite Warriors, 2 units of 2 Talos with twin liquefier guns, Talos Gauntlet and the twin Haywires, 2 Venoms, a Court of the Archon with a Slith, an Urgle, Medusa, and a Lamian, and then a Raider and a Ravager, a unit of 3 Reaver jet bikes, and a Beast Pack and a squad of witches. There you have it. This is 2,000 points on the nose, and it has been one of the most fun armies that I have played with in a while. It's a lot harder to play than the Sky Splinter Assault, but it is a grindy list.
I also forgot I have a unit of Scourges with 4 Haywires. Shh, don't tell anyone.
Let's dive in to see what Dustin has brought this time. And here we have 2,000 points of Astra Militarum. All tanks, all guns. This is definitely a very stylized, killy army. Dustin, what did you bring?
I brought 2 rogal dorns because they're big and pretty.
And nasty.
And nasty. 1 tank commander, demo, standard build.
Yep.
2 regular Lemonos battle tanks.
Yep, the ones that are not
The ones
green.
that are not green, they have Gene Stealer cult symbols on them for some reason. I don't know.
Don't tell me.
I don't know why. 1 Exterminator. I can always get those 2 mixed up, but this is the extra AP one. 2 double heavy flamer chimeras. 2
with catagens.
With 2, yes, the catagens will be in there for sure. 2 10-man catagens, double flamer. 2 5-man scions, just for some deep striking shenanigans. 1 Cadian infantry squad. A platoon command squad. Lord Solar, because I like free command.
Can that be a Lord Solar? Wait, that is a Lord Solar.
That is a Lord Solar. What?
It's a guard thing. You would know if you would know. You go onto Reddit, and then everybody puts, "Can this be my Lord Solar?" And they're like random things on.
Is that the new?
On
Can this be an Archon thing?
Yeah, it's very similar.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so with that.
Well, there's also a 3-man scout. Don't forget about that.
No, I
That's
forgot
gonna be a
already.
pain in the butt.
Okay. Okay, Dustin, are you ready?
I'm always ready.
I love it. Attack a defender. I rolled a 3.
I got a 2.
I'm gonna let you deploy first, even though you have a redeploy, which is cheating. So
I don't want to hear about cheating. Pain tokens.
that's true. Pain tokens are amazing. Okay, so it is a tipping point, of course. Let's go through deployment as I talked about the mission, and we'll come back. So there we have the mission: Taken Hold, Raise Banners, and Tipping Point. And of course, thank you, Mini Wargaming Forge. We got this cool thing. So I'll be the attacker. I'll be in red. Dustin will be the defender. He'll be in green. This will be our primary scoring, secondary scoring, and of course, we're both battle ready, which is 10 points. Our turn and command point counters as well. Here we are after deployment. Of course, Leontis, the Astra Militarum commander, allows for 3 units to be redeployed, either put into reserve or not, before we know who goes first. But we've got a Dorn, Leman Russ Exterminator, the Chimera with a bunch of catagens, another Leman Russ, Scout Sentinels that can scout 9, which is really good, demolish your tank commander, Leontis and his Cadians, another Dorn, and another Chimera. And then in reserve, we have 2 units of Scions. And I don't know what Dustin is doing, but he's decided to cosplay today. And on a more serious note, because we're trying to be serious, we've got Chronos, Grotesques, the Scourge with Haywires, my Court, Lilith, 1 unit of Talos, Uri and Rakarth and a Raider. We've got the Beast Pack ready to scout, depending on who goes first or second. Brax back here, Mandrake screening, another Talos unit, so they can't get shot from that angle or that angle. just kind of hoping to move into the middle. My Ravager gets some good angles depending on where the guard tanks go. Another unit of Grotesques, more Mandrakes, and another Kronos. In Strat Reserve, I've got 3 bikes and 5 units of Witches on foot, or 5 model Witches on foot, and a deep striking Venom with Kabalites. And that is that. So, this is what it looks like now. Let's see if they redeploy anything. Can you see what happened?
Oh, I don't know. It's pretty subtle.
Okay, so the Demolisher went from there to here, and then that Reamer Russ went from there to there, and then that Chimera went from there to here. So these guys are going to be able to scout in, get a nice little area here. They're going to be able to scout forward or sideways, depending on who goes first or second. Mm-hmm. And then the Dorn's out of line of sight of stuff. This Dorn is, but, if I come into the open, you murder me, and that's fine.
We did the truffle shuffle.
The truffle shuffle. So with that, let's go to the first turn. Life is short for a guardsman. You fight for the Emperor on worlds that you've never heard of before. This time, you're fighting pirates, elves, a Xenos race of malcreants. Miscreants, I mean. Time to destroy the Xenos, but always pray that they don't take you alive. The Drukhari, a piratical race of honorable fighters.
What?
Of course, Archon Skari, the most glorious of them all, except for Vect, because Vect is awesome, and please tell him that I said so. We're here for the spoils of war. Let's see who will prevail this day. Okay, Dustin, I'm excited. Who goes first? Who goes second? I roll 5.
I am not going first.
Oh, that's a first.
Right?
I know. Usually I go second. You know what? I'm okay going first in this sort of scenario because you have a lot of tanks. Yeah. But we do scout moves. Now, even though you alternate going back and forth with pre-game stuff, scouts specifically says the person who goes first does all their scouts first. I only have 1, but Dustin has 3. Now, if Dustin would have gone first, he moves all his scouts, and then I would do my 1 scout. Scout moves have completed. You know, I said, let's just go for it. I'm going to send the Beast Pack straight up. They then move 12. I can probably charge into Leontis' squad, just give me a leg up of just being annoying. Potentially move block that Dorn and that Leman Russ. We'll see what happens with that. These Scout Sentinels move sideways. These Chimeras have sort of moved up as well, getting their Flamers in range. In case they get a little too close, they can always Overwatch and stuff like that as well. So with that, let's draw some cards. I get a command point, you get a command point. I drew Bring It Down. That's a bit of annoyance because all the tanks are full wounded right now, and it's going to be basically impossible. I'm just going to use that essentially for CP.
That makes sense.
And then recover assets, which will be 1 in No Man's Land and 1 in my deployment zone. So as long as they can stay alive. End of the movement phase. So Dustin used a command point at the start of the command phase to essentially give them an order to give them +1 to their saves. Basically, they offset the Beast Pack's crazy amount of attacks, just to make sure they can fight, win that fight, and then come back and be in play in turn 3 and 4, basically, and not just get completely annihilated, because the Beast Pack will mess them up.
Yes.
Uri and Ratgoth got out of the Raider and then advanced onto this objective. Then the Court got into the Raider after sticking this objective, and then the Raider auto-advanced 20 into the middle and 18, then pivoted to make sure that nothing can shoot the Raider. But my Court is now staged in a good spot. My Ravager moved up. I couldn't really get angles on anything without getting shot at next turn. So it's moved up in a position that next turn it can maybe pop out and do some shooting. Lilith is in a staging spot to then trade basically with the Court. I've got my Talos ready to pop out into the open. I've got this Kronos ready to pop out if needed. The Grotesque moved up, ready to threaten if anything goes on this objective. The Scourge, they're awesome. They move a lot. They have line of sight to 2 of the tanks, and then they can jump back behind this wall. And this Talos unit decided to stay alive by cutting the angle so nobody can see them that way or this way, just to make sure that they can stage next turn. I don't need them right now. I'm going to need them alive later in the game. And that's pretty much it. I do have to decide my recover assets-y stuff as well. Backtrack. I got too excited because I'm playing Dustin. I have a lot of fun when I play him. They're not going to advance. They move out this way. They're going to do my recover assets in No Man's Land. And then this Kronos will do it in the deployment zone.
Oh, both of you.
Yeah, both on that side.
Let
Sure, why not?
Right there.
Right there, just a death strike missile. Pow!
Hey, that'd be pretty cool.
That would actually be really fun. Other than that, let's do some shooting. I have a couple of pain tokens to hand out, and then and shoot. Then we'll do a charge, and that's Bob's your uncle. 9 is charge made. I only put 3 damage on that Leman Russ with my Haywire. I'm very disappointed in my Scourge, but if they were Blade Guard,
they would be dead.
we come back. 1 guardsman survived, but you did kill some of the command squad to make sure that they would stay as a complex unit. And then in your attacks back, 1 little chimera made 3 6-up invul saves.
Yeah, that's average.
That was very average. Yeah. And then I did lose the chimera and 1 bird, and 1 bird was damaged down to 1 wound remaining because Leontis was like, step, step, step. But other than that, they did awesome. Let's go see what I scored. I'm currently doing recover assets. And I'm getting rid of Bring It Down because it was a pipe dream regardless. So I do get a command point for that as we move into your turn. You'll get 2 command points for having what's his face. I will get 1 more command point to go up to 3. And I have only 4 pain tokens now.
Oh no.
As you go into your cards, which will be dun dun dun. Oh, that's not bad. Extend battle lines. That's a very good one.
And engage it on the front.
Okay.
That's not great.
It's not terrible, but not great either. So, you could get rid of it if you wanted to. Forgot to give myself a banner. Those racks are on my home objective. It is successfully bannered, giving me 1 secondary point. Hooray! Take that, Dustin.
No!
That's right. They're going to rack up the points. Orders. +1 ballistic skill, +1 ballistic skill. +3 move, +1 ballistic skill. Nothing. And +1 ballistic skill. Okay, and then they pass that battle shock test. Plus, there's a platoon command there, so even if they fail, they can still benefit from the order. And they have an enhancement to make them OC minimum 1.
Oh, benefit from stratagems.
Oh, very cool. Okay, stress. Nice. So with that, you've got your orders. Move, guardsmen, move! Chimeras moved up. Sentinels just moved over. You can see these grotesques that are doing my action, as well as Uri and Rakarth. Then you've got, over here, you've got, that can also see some grotesques. This moved up on this objective, and this tank can see Urian. He does come back to life potentially at the end of the shooting of a phase in which he died, but that sometimes doesn't happen. You can't really stop that objective down there, so I'm going to get a 10 pretty much regardless of what happens, but that's sort of like the whole point of the Beast Pack. It's get your 10 and move up. Now, if I would have had my Cavalite squad with the Venom there, they would have been in there instead of the Grotesques, which then means I would have been able to sticky it and move on, but I did put that unit in Deep Strike. So, let's do some shooting from the guard, and we'll see if Urian died. If not, we'll see if he comes back to life, and then we'll see if these grotesques can survive a bunch of guns. Shooting phase. My grotesques died. I did give them -1 to be wounded, but that exterminator just went off with his autocannon.
He was mad.
And just absolutely annihilated me. Then, of course, you blew everything. All the hunter killers, all the autocannons over there, bam, dead.
To be fair, the hunter killers didn't get the shoot.
That's true. This Demon Russ, though, did not kill Urian, only put like 2 wounds on him. Then 1 gun from this killed him. So he's sitting. That's true. That's true. Now you'd fallen back with this unit here, and the Dorn shot everything except blast weapons. We found out something interesting. You can declare the blast weapons into them. Yes. You can't use them against the unit. But if I would have pulled this first, then the rest of the guns could have shot. Very interesting mechanic there. Probably not as intended, but totally roll. And then I did have 1 Chimera survive all the shooting, all the melta guns. Yeah, good old 6-up invul. Okay, with that, let's see if Urian Rakarth pops up. Now, I know you like learning how it feels to die, but I don't want you to be dead right now. Okay. Does he listen to me?
How does he bring himself back to life anyway?
He just regenerates.
Okay, so he just...
He's alive! Combat. The Sentinels charged into Urian, did 1 damage. Urian hit 1 Sentinel with his little claw and did 3 damage to a Sentinel. Heck yeah. And then the Chimera of the Hour. 2 wounds went through, hit wounds, 2 of them went through. I rolled 1-6, Chimera lived.
You rolled way more than 1-6 in that squad.
On the squad. I meant like in combat, I rolled 1-6. And he's alive with 1 wound. So I hope I get behind enemy lines. And...
if you move, I'm overwatching. It's happening.
Awesome. That's the end of the guard turn. Lots of stuff happening. You have to be really good positioning here, ready to swing around and do a lot of damage that way. Little clogged up on this end here, thanks to the Beast Pack. And I think what might do is bring in a unit of witches, like right on your deployment line, and just prevent this guy from going further. Just literally just stopping it from moving at all, and just being annoying. Sacrifice to hold him like in a corner while I kill the rest of the stuff. So let's see. We'll see if that plan works. You do have a banner for having a battle line on that as well. So yeah, extend battle lines. will be a good point for you. That's 5 big points. Engage on fronts, you do not get.
I am not keeping
So
it.
you're not going to keep it. You will get 6 points in total here, and you stopped me from recovering assets. So that's going to burn one of my command points. That's not good for me. Move on to battle round number 2. My mandrakes will go up, of course, because that's what they do. We're each at 3 command points. I will have to, that's at the end of the command phase, so we'll see what happens here. I establish a locus. Okay, not terrible. Going to press some buttons. New orderings, the recover assets. Good thing I didn't spend command points liberally last turn, or I would be in okay area now. Not bad.
But there's a bunch of sentinels there.
Have to kill the sentinels, which I need to do anyway.
Commit to be Skari.
Yeah, I know. I have to. At this point, I have to. You're already swinging around. You've got 20 very angry guardsmen in there. If I don't commit and start blocking you, you're gonna win in the late game. So because I went first, I have to get aggressive, and this is the turn where I have to do as much damage as I can. Movement phase. So as you can see, I've decided to basically rawr, and I'm gonna try and do some damage over here.
There's a lot of photo op opportunity at this board right
There
now.
is a lot, like, it looks really cool. And of course, I tried to bait out the Overwatch here, but my Chimera is, ta-da!
Want to.
1 wound Chimera. This is what Aquilons are good for, because they can, like, drop down, shoot him, kill him, and then open up the space.
We should be clear, the only reason I did not bring Aquilons is because we do not own them.
That's right. Not yet.
Not yet.
There you go. The Cabalite Warriors got out of this Venom that Deep Struck in order to get me a banner. Oh, I have to move my ranks. And then I've got the Cabalite Warriors moved around with the Archon, and then Lilith has moved back behind here. This Venom's going to press buttons for me. Other than that, this Raider got really aggressive and moved up. Nothing I can really do about that. I can't really, like... The other option I had was to get my court, move and advance it this way, and then double move it onto here to stop you, and then completely sacrifice that unit. But I really want to force you to spend the CP to at least bring a unit back so you can't use it on the infantry squads and stuff later. Because if I kill one guy, you can spend the 2 CP. Boom. They come right back. Anyway, so I prefer them not to be able to do that. But you have so many assets that I need to try to do some damage this turn. So, good luck to the Drukhari. Let's see what we can do. End of the shooting phase. That Lehman Russ survived. My Scourge doing only 3 more damage again. Or 6 damage actually this time. Then I did 6 damage to him with 1 unit of Talos.
9 damage.
9 damage. You forced you to blank one of the saves. So it has 12 left. But the Talos still very, very, very dangerous.
That was with -1 to hit.
That was. The smoke did not help at all there. Other than that, I almost killed them all. Down to 2 ones left. I got 1 unit of Talos ready to fight to try and get a perma pain token and essentially just be back here. But they're going to be one of the main targets next turn, I think. And then the court, I'm going to commit the court anyway. It is what it is. I have to just run in and just clog up the chimeras. So I'm just basically going to move in and do as much damage as I can against these chimeras. Okay. Other than that, that's all I got. I got to do some work. Got to do some screening. I've got area denial if I kill him, and I also have established locus with that venom. And yeah, and that's that. Okay, I actually did 10 damage to that Chimera with 0 pain tokens. I would have totally just blown it up with a pain token.
I'm on a bathtub with water. That's a lot of lethal hits there.
That's right, lethals, go, Lamian, go. And then I tied up both of the Chimeras. The Talos killed the Lost Sentinel. You spent your 2 CP for reinforcements, so they're going to come in just full board, ready to go. And I did spend 2 CP to strike and fade these Talos back here to keep them alive.
A lot of CP spent this.
That is, we both spent a lot of CP. And I spent a grenade and then got it back on a 4+. That was risky. That was risky business, but I got it back. So I'll get 5 points for area denial. I get 2 points for locus. And I get 1 more for a banner. So I will get 8 points. Right? Yes, bring me up to 9, which is not the best, but we go on to your turn. You get 2 CP. To my 2 CP, to my 1 CP.
What the?
And you get a 10 points because there's nothing I can do about that really since you basically hold it. Let's see what cards you get. Defense Stronghold and Cleanse. Defense Stronghold should be good. I don't really have anything that would go threaten that at the moment. And then of course Cleanse, doing actions on the objectives in No Man's Land. That's going to be really tough for you to do, impossible. That one, you'd have to actually get out with a unit and go and do it. And then over here, you could get another unit out, or maybe drop some Scions, or use one of the Russes. But you want to make sure you're shooting with your Russes, so who knows? I'm curious. Or you could spend CP and redraw it. Orders, +1 ballistical, +1 ballistical, +3-inch move. +1 ballistical, +1 ballistical, +3-inch move.
Yeah.
You're going to try and move, charge on to stop me from getting a 15. You also are battle shocked on that Chimera. That gave me a pain token. In combat, you did kill a few of my models. I did actually use my get back into the venom at the end of the fight phase on the witches. They just hopped into that venom there because there was one that I popped out to shoot, and I definitely don't want them getting shot by a bunch of Leman Russes. Other than that, we got movement. We'll come back. Cleanse, you're probably going to do it with Scions over here because you can just drop them back here. You're going to try and kill some Talos. And it is what it is. You got a decent... So I think you getting a lower scoring secondary this turn helps me with my first turn kerfuffle. So you're going to keep it really tight, really close. And here we have the go turn, as people say. The let's get him, get at him. So he's going to move up 8, just pivoted. And he literally put all of the Leman Russ in his big circle over this objective to stop my Eldar shenanigans of denying primary. Deep striking these Scions 9 inches away to make sure you can cleanse. Then bringing in the refreshed unit of Scout Sentinels back here to see and shoot at the Ravager back there. Then, of course, using these Scions with a deep strike here. And then this unit to stop my Mandrakes, just to keep your backboard presence well and dusted.
You're going to keep zoning the back.
You're not going to be able to deep strike where you want because you know how I play. I know how you play.
Yep.
So we just committing them to the board. It does mean it frees up the Mandrakes for next turn, but now we've got all the damage just front-loaded right here.
Yeah.
And I've got 8 Flamers that I have to deal with here, which is going to be brutal against my court. So we'll see if they'll survive. If anything, I'm just hoping the Archon lives, and that's all I need, really, to just mess up the plans. And Dustin loves my 2-up invulnerable save. That is
Turn the camera off.
That is...
I want to talk to you. I want to talk to you.
End of the shooting phase. Lots of stuff dead. Killed the Venom. Killed my Ravager. Killed the unit of Talos. However, key thing to note. Shooting at the Talos first, I was wounding this Talos here. Killed it. It deadly demised, which was massive because it was 6 inches away from this Chimera that only had 1 wound left.
Yep.
Then the Chimera died. Didn't explode.
No.
And then we got them out.
I didn't roll for that.
I don't think you rolled for that.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, we should probably roll for that because I just remembered. Oh yeah, we didn't see. Okay, did it deadly demise cataclysm? No. Okay. So that means that only 4 Flamers rolled a hit, and then they roll really low.
They rolled 5 shots between
they
4 of them.
rolled terrible, which meant I only lost like 1 Cabalite Warrior and a Medusa.
Yeah.
Which means my court is still in play, which is massive.
Very, very poor planning on my part.
And because of these pieces of terrain, this Russ can't actually charge me without being on the terrain, so it can't charge my unit. That's the reason those pipes are there. They're actually really annoying. But everything else did great and just murdered everything. But I got lucky with that. Now we go to fight phase. You're getting your cleanse over here. You're starting to defend your stronghold. And it's time to do some fighting.
You forgot something very important, Skari.
6s!
Well, that too. That
what?
was...
What was it?
This
What's
Chimera's dead.
Oh, you killed him!
This
Dorn
said no more.
It did its job.
I gave him +1 ballistic skill.
The people at home, yes, the hero Chimera is dead. And you did back him up to make sure you have so much OCL on this objective it's hard for me to take away because you want to really defend your stronghold. But right now I have fights first over here, so we get to do some fights. The court! Dustin is not impressed by how many lethals I've been rolling. Not impressed at all.
Lethals and sustain on the Urgal. The Urgal almost won.
Hey, everybody.
Himself.
You can order some of these from the Red Dragon.
Yeah, but I don't think you should be allowed to use them in tournaments. Just throwing that out there.
I put 9 wounds on this Chimera. 8 wounds. 8 wounds on this Chimera. Almost killed it.
Yep.
You made 1 6-up save from the Archon because he did 3. Oh man, it was awesome. And then the Urgal himself killed 8
Mm-hmm.
He just rolled so many sustain. You can hear it in my voice because it's so silly. They should not be alive right now.
No.
Anyway, I'll take it though. When you play games, like that little crazy stuff that happens, sometimes you just have to take it and be like, oh, let's capitalize. How can we capitalize on it? Anyway, good. Let's go see what the guard have scored so far. 2 points for cleanse. Scions are not battle line, correct?
They're not.
So you go to 8, and you're currently defending your stronghold. You do have 2 CP though, which is big, and you did get 10 points on primary. So with that, we're going on to turn number 3. I will be picking up my Mandrakes. I don't have to worry about reinforcements coming in.
Nope.
So now my mandrakes are free to potentially impact the battlefield. And I will get another 10 on primary because you totally annihilated my units in the middle. But the Archon and Court are just, they're probably going to kill Chimera and then just continue to cause havoc, which is wild. But I'm okay with it. You have that one. As for cards, defend my stronghold. That's not terrible. And Cull the Horde, which you do not have in this one.
Do not.
Okay. Normally, Dustin likes putting at least one unit in your army to stop people from doing that. Extend battle lines. That's a free 5 points.
Wow.
You had that one turn 1.
No, I didn't.
I get it. Yeah, you did. It's right there.
That's not turn 1.
Yeah, it was.
No.
Just pulling my leg. Here I am being all serious. He's like, okay. So movement phase, I need to try and kill tanks. I do have one that's down to 4 wounds. One that's down to 12 because he exploded. Yeah, the explosion. One that's down to 2. One's down to 12. So hopefully I can do a little bit more damage on them right now. And if I can kill one, maybe that guy as well, it'll help a little bit too. You do have 3 CP to my 1 though, so that's where I have to be careful with how I use my points. End of the movement phase. I ended up moving Lilith out. I debated doing the advance and potential charge to get into the back, but it was going to be a really long charge if I rolled a 6 anyway, so I decided not to and just go for the easier charge. It also keeps a command point in my pocket for like a grenade or something like that as well. Now, the big moment was a Scourge moved out here because now they have to start like hiding in this little section. And then you did Overwatch with the Dorn and only killed one Scourge.
I only hit once.
You only hit once, did kill a Scourge. And then all of the other guns just didn't hit. That was sort of like a bit of a gamble there. Like you normally you would have killed more stuff. Sorry, the Chrono's supposed to be within 9 of them. My Archon did Battle Shock, however, but because the Aura of Confusion, it was a 2 CP Overwatch.
Yep.
I did bring my Reaver jet bikes into there to try and get a heat lance off potentially over there. I brought witches over there as well as the Grotesque to maybe do a long bomb charge into that door and just tie up that side of the board even more. My racks moved on here to try and bait the Overwatch here to prevent that Overwatch, but that didn't work. And I'm keeping, that's it. I'm committed to the table. My Kronos is going to sacrifice itself dearly to just tie up a tank or something. Why not? And then just get multi-melted to death. But I feel like I'm in a really decent spot, especially after this happened. So I've got 3 pain tokens in the bank. Let's see what I can do with them. Oh my effing goodness. My shooting was super effective. First of all, I killed this Chimera that subsequently exploded and did like 3 mortal wounds to all the tanks around it, and then killed 4 of the guardsmen and only 1 of me.
Yep.
Yes. Then we had a whole bunch of dev wounds from the mandrakes. Killed the last one now that he was wounded.
Yep.
And then I got 6 damage on the Dorn that only had 5 wounds left.
Yep.
And I got 3 from the Haywire on this that had 4 wounds left. So he's down to 1. He's got 11 because he took 1 mortal wound from that. This is down to 3 as well, thanks to a heat lance that came in and then a couple of guns. Oh, I have 1 more gun to shoot. Urian, I've missed him back there.
Of course.
Urian, let's do it on camera. 3d6 hits or hits from Urian's Super Flamer. 9 hits. Okay. That's what I like to see. 6s for devs. Yay!
Are you freaking kidding me?
Does he explode?
Okay.
No. Yes, tame. Now Lilith is just gonna die because she's in the open. But that was worth showing it off. That's literally how it's been.
It's been insane.
It's been so wild. Dustin's like ready to pack up and go home.
What the hell am I supposed to do?
He's like, Anyway, leave a comment down below. What do you do when your opponent rolls nothing but 6s when it matters? It's so funny. Oh, okay. Now we get to charge. Charge! Get him! I did kill the Canatrians, piled into the Lehman Russ, and then made all my saves.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then I tried to use a pain token on them to then regen and get a pain token here to get the AP against the Russ, but I didn't get a 4+, so that didn't happen. And then over here, I did make 1 charge with the Grotesques. I did put pain tokens on both units to get a reroll on both. That was 4 rolls. I got 1 9+. The Grotesques were able to get in, just tie up the Dorn again, even though it'll probably kill both of them pretty effectively, but I just want to stop the Dorn from once again being able to sweep around. Other than that, that was a phenomenal turn for the Drukhari. That was wild. So with that, let's go to the scoreboard. But the guard is still scoring lots of points, but the amount of damage this Real Space Raid list puts out is wild when it gets going. So I will start to defend my stronghold, and I did get 5 points for extend battle lines. I also have another banner as the racks that are battle line put up another banner. So I'll go up to 15 secondary points, which starts kind of eking me away in the secondary game. You will successfully get your defense stronghold as well, because I wasn't able to stop it. So you'll go up to 11. And with that, we move into your turn 3. You get 3 CP there. I get 1. And you draw your cards. Getting area denial and no prisoners. I think you're going to new orders that.
New orders the area denial.
Because containment. That's not bad, actually. That's some points, I think.
So at least 3?
Yeah, because you should be able, that's the lower ones. You should be able to get at least 3 with the scions, no problem. Okay, not a problem at all. And with that, you can kill stuff for sure. You've got a decent amount of kills there. You got decent amount of kills here. Okay. Turn 3 for the guard. You do get 10 points on primary still. I haven't been able to drop you from that yet. And the guard trying to make something happen, and it just hasn't happened so far. However, you did kill all the witches. You did kill all the grotesques and all the witches with Lilith as well. The big thing that you need to try to do is try to kill these racks to deny my 15. However, these racks got the -1 to wound, made a couple good saves, good feel no pains, and they stayed alive. And then just to add insult to injury, this Talos survived with 1 wound remaining.
Yep.
After a lot of stuff shot, Demolisher Cannon, all that good stuff as well. Okay, so with that, I get fights first over here, so I get to fight. Not that that matters, unless you're going to charge me. But, yeah. Okay, the court and the Cabalites finally died. Nothing happened, and that's it. So in terms of scoring, you'll get a maximum of 5 and no prisoners and a 3 on containment. That's 8 points, bringing up to 19 on secondaries. And I will successfully defend my stronghold, bringing me up to 18 as well. So good times. You still have both of your CP, so you're good for CP. And now we go into the 4th turn for the Drukhari. So on the 4th turn, I get a CP, you get a CP, so you go up to 3. I go up to 1 only, which is important. I'm going to draw my cards, which would be Secure No Man's Land, which should be quite relatively straightforward.
Those are my cards, but yeah.
Oh my goodness gracious. No, I'm sorry.
Oh, you ruined it.
No prisoners, so
Wait,
kill
is
stuff.
that what you rolled anyway?
And containment.
Oh my god, those are much better. No, take mine.
No, I won't take yours. Okay, we're both tired. It's late. The Mandrake's, of course, going up, and then we'll see what happens. I'm going to spend my only CP to make sure that I absolutely score 15. I am definitely not... I'm not risking that for 2 seconds.
I have a Vector that costs you 2, actually.
No, it doesn't. And now...
Actually, I do have one. I just don't have it on the list.
That's right.
I was joking, but...
The Archon is now fine, does not need a Battle Shock test. My Mandrakes are up in the sky. Let's get down to business. I've used my pain tokens a lot. I have 0. I moved everything up. I moved my jet bikes to basically, if Lilith made this charge, they could contest from the Dorn, but the Dorn didn't have any of that. Overwatched, killed 2. There's only 1 left with a heat lance. I was hoping to also do maybe a couple of wounds here as well. I've got a Venom filled with Cabalites moving up this way to shoot into some Scions. The Talos have moved up. The Haywire have moved up. Uri and Rakarth brought 3 racks back. Just to add insult to injury. And then, of course, he's going to actually move more sideways so you can get some potential guns in there. Okay, and that's that. Let's do some shooting. Turn 4. Okay. Containment. And then I shot. And guess what happened? I killed 1 Sentinel. That's all I killed.
Yep.
And then a Sentinel
exploded. You don't get the pleasure of killing
and killed the last team of Russ with one wound. It's like... you can't make that stuff up, folks. And then I did shoot a couple of them down, but you've got plasma gun and a regular dude.
The hot shot.
The hot shot volley, okay. And then nothing else over here. Heat lance missed as well. So with that, we're going to do some shooting and, some charging. I do have 1 pain token, which I will definitely be giving to Lilith. Sorry, my bad. I have 2 pain tokens. I'm giving 1 to Lilith right now in the charge phase, and... they already have a permanent pain token, so they're going to try and make a long charge. They're going to just tie up some sentinels and see what we can do here. End of the fight phase. I was able to tie them up. They have to fight me back, though. And Lilith did kill everybody that was here, but and brought Solar down to 2 wounds remaining with 19 wounds. He's went in Super Saiyan, just like stab, stab, stab. And then my one ploy to keep this Dorn irrelevant for another 2 turns failed, and my little Reaver jet bike died. Sad.
I'm not sad at all.
I know you're very excited about that. However, in terms of points, I did get my full complement of score. I got 5 points on no prisoners and a 6-point containment, bringing me up to 11. That's 39. That was a fantastic scoring turn. 29, sorry.
Whoa, where are those extra 10 points?
Yeah, I know. And I got 15 points in secondaries. As we move on to Dustin's turn 4, I get a CP, you get 2 CP. You're up to 4 again. And now your real cards are Locus, press buttons, and Sabotage, do an action. I don't know if you have many units to do that with.
No, I don't think I have any to do that.
No. Would you like to cycle one of the cards?
I'm going to cycle one of them for sure. So we'll cycle Sabotage.
Makes sense to me. Sabotage goes away, leaving established Locus. That's 1 CP. But when you're playing against me, it costs all of your CP. I'm just kidding.
Nope.
That's the house rule. Yeah. Recover assets.
Oh, much better. Yeah.
There you go.
That's fantastic.
At least you're getting rid of all the action-based ones right now. But that's the thing. You know, when you have fewer units, it's hard to do actions.
I don't like doing elite stuff. But
this is Dustin helping me practice for WCW.
I don't feel like I'm helping you practice when you roll these 6s, man. I don't know. I don't know if I'm helping. You're gonna go there and roll normally.
It's a lot more help than you think, because it's more about position where I can hide and learning the table and stuff. And but do you want to auto pass them, or are you going to roll for their bravery?
I don't think I need to auto pass them.
Okay, cool. Give me a pain token, please. Roll it right here.
I'm not giving you a pain token.
Roll it. Roll it.
Hey, no, I can actually give them an order to get +1 leadership.
Do you want to?
No, but I'm just saying I could.
I know you could. Oh, I guess you have to do orders first. Oh, yes, right. Haha! The Voxcaster's dead.
Hey, very dead.
Yeah. No orders for you. Roll it.
Okay, fine. I'm gonna roll it, and they're gonna.
Dang it.
Yeah, get out of here.
Dang it. End of turn 4 for Guardsman. Lilith completely died. Dorn came out, blew up a Venom, tried to kill Urien with multi-meltars, and Urien passed a lot of feel no pins.
I'm shocked.
And then almost killed all the Racks. Mm-hmm. One's left alive still.
Yep, again.
And then over here, a couple of wounds on the Archon. The Talus just instantly died to a bunch of multi-meltar shots. No, the Demolisher. Demolisher just nuked him, even with the -1 to wound, and then a wound was taken on the Kronos. So at the end of the turn, of course, I will pull up my Mandrakes for one last time, and you will not get either of your cards. Are you getting...
I'm getting rid of...
both of them?
What other ones do I have? I'm going to look at one of those out.
Okay. So taking a look at your cards, very smart to always take a look at your cards. You're going to get rid of both of them, because you can basically do all of them except for one, which you could just use a CP to redraw. Yeah. So with that, we go into turn number 5. I get a command point. You get a command point. You're back up to 4. Guard don't really have many things to use.
Wait a minute, you didn't give me my primary last turn. Give me my 10 primary. Give me my 10 primary.
You don't get nothing.
I got 10 primary.
Yes, he is at 30. And then from my score, engage on fronts.
Oh, yeah. But no, I don't think you're doing that.
Nope. No. You sure? And cleanse. Sure. Nice. I'm okay. Yay!
Sure.
Points. Good job, points. I do owe you a battle shock test on this rack, because I already did my insane courage. They are fine. Archon Skari is at 2 wounds left, so he's fine. And then over here, we've got 4 wounds on her, so she's fine. So I don't need to roll any dice for that stuff. My Cavalites are moving up to try and take... No! No! The door's going to try and take him out.
Overwatch!
No, I want
to... Oh, God, Overwatch!
I want to stop you from doing your thing.
Nobody keeps baby in a corner.
Yeah, I did. All game.
No! He's coming out.
Okay, shooting-wise, my Haywire just did 3 damage to this tank. I was trying to kill it because it's on the objective, but that's not going to happen. I did kill the 2 signs that were left. I just need to do a 9-inch charge to try and take away this objective here to like solidify some points, as well as I got Urien, brought 3 more racks back, and I'm going to try and like just charge in and just clog up with some primary as well. End of the turn, the Mandrakes bossed a 9-inch charge to get into the 2 wounded Leontus, kill him, but the 1 Cabalite that made a charge failed and died. Even though I spent a CP to try and lightning fast reactions, I did do no damage to this tank. Oh no, my Archon has to go. What am I doing? I haven't even rolled him. He did not die though, which is awesome. Needing 6s to wound. Ha! 2 at AP2. Get him! He's got 4 wounds left. You do have a CP in the bank, but you don't need it. Goes down to 2 wounds remaining. And that is the end of my turn 5. Okay, so you still have 2 CP because you did spend a reroll to try and kill the Cablites with the Overwatch, which was big. I do get a full engage and a full cleanse. That is 8 points, bringing me to 37 total, as well as a 15 points primary. So that was a slow burn at the end, but that really did help, especially in that one turn where I stopped your advance and was able to just kind of grab on there. With that, we go to your turn number 5. You only get 1 CP now.
Yep.
And you get your 2 cards, which will be Secure No Man's Land. Not a bad one. And Overwhelming Force. I do have quite a few things on objectives.
Okay.
So we can basically kill them.
Yep.
We can kill them.
Yep.
And you get your 10.
Yep.
And as for Secure No Man's Land, I don't think there's a way you can get to that. Unless you want to try.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, because it's an 8. If Leontis was alive, you might have had a chance with
if he was alive, then maybe, but that's,
it's like no possible. They're tied up there. So that would be the... Yeah. So you kill the Mandrakes and hold that objective. You kill at least the Racks and just hold this objective over here. Even if you fell back here or whatever, you still hold it. Which means you will get a 2 for the Secure and a 5 for Overwhelming Force for 7 points, bringing you up to 26. And at last turn...
62.
Yeah. Oh no, I gave you way too many points.
People said it wasn't possible, but I just did it.
And I give you, I gave you your primary though.
Oh, that's good.
I gave you your primary.
You're so kind.
You're welcome. 20, what was it? Oh my goodness.
26.
26 points.
It was 62, but
why did I?
You just cheated me out of like 40
Oh
points.
my goodness gracious. And with that, it is a Drukhari victory. Dustin, thanks a lot for coming down for the game. That was wild.
That was a lot of 6s and a lot of explosions. A lot of.
I have not had a
More
game.
time then.
I've not had a game where explosions have been this impactful to the outcome of the game in such a long time. Chimera exploded, Lehman Russ exploded, Sentinel exploded.
Yep.
Like there was it actually mattered.
It made the game.
It made a humongous difference. It was like little inches here and there. Just I have 1 wound here, dead. Like it was great for me.
Not for me.
Not for you. Not for you. Of course.
But I'm not going to see you until you get to go to WCW now. So good luck there.
Thank you.
Hopefully this practice has helped you.
It
I
has.
tried my best to do that. But when you get back.
We're playing GSE? Excellent.
When you get back, it ain't easy mode anymore, buddy.
I can't wait. It'll be super fun. Other than that, thanks for hanging out. Huge shout out to Mini Wargaming. Thanks for letting me use the studio after hours for me to film. A huge shout out to the Red Dragon for all the help. And to everybody else who supports the channel. All the channel Patreons. The link is down in the description below. Now, Dustin and I do a little podcast called Stud or Scrub Podcast. Make sure you check that out on wherever you listen to podcasts and give us a 5-star review or don't listen at all.
That's a horrible plug.
Yeah, check it out. We talk every couple of weeks about Warhammer and stuff, and it's like an intelligent discussion until I open my mouth.
You'd be surprised how intelligent it ends up being sometimes.
Yeah, it's really fun. Yeah, I actually really enjoy it. It's a great outlet for like all the ideas that are in our brains.
Yeah, and then everybody gets to listen to us to spew our brain power.
That's right. That's how you know that Marked for Death.
Into the sun.
Into the sun, I say. And with that, everybody, we're happy. I was going to say Halloween. Oh, my goodness. I'm tired. Bye, everybody. The Dark Kid.
You got to sign out before you say something stupid.
Bye.